URC. It's the final round, and I had an update which on PS4 takes forever. So yeah, but we're here now. And why can't I hear any game sounds? Okay, hold on a second. There we are. So now we can hear game sounds. Yep, stupid updates for PS4 for the game, but here we are, joining you at the very end of Q2. Lewis, Barbarian, Arjan, Foskett and Kleppy are out of Q2. I have no idea who is out of Q1. So that is it. Yeah, hoping for no safety cars. Later. Because I have to walk my dog. So if it takes too long, I will have to leave as well. But yeah, it shouldn't take too long. 29 laps, 1.5 minutes. It's gonna be fun. Dan, quickest. Servo very, very close. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see Barbarian trying the mediums, gonna get through. This is very much a track where you would like to start on mediums. Soft medium is the preferred strategy, but can be tough if you aren't very good on your tires. So a soft medium or soft medium soft might be the strat to go for. But yeah, you can do a soft medium, which is my guess on what people are gonna try to do. I once took my medium from lap 7 all the way to 29, so it's definitely possible, but it won't be fun. Well, here we are then. We're not gonna have to wait for people to set their setups on, since it's Q3. So we'll just hop on with Dan, who is first out, which is not very usual. And Dan usually sits in the garage for quite a while, so interesting to see Dan out this early. Dan, obviously already champion. Yeah, if we have a look at the points, driver standings, Dan obviously already champion, Zach still second, No, actually, Zach has overtaken Liam to second. So yeah, Zach has done very well, and is now in P2. We have Jonesy and David Barry on the same points, 65 points each, which means whoever of them finishes higher gets the championship position. We have Servo, Ozan, Pi, Panda and Lewis all within 3 points of each other. This is Dan starting the half lap. Servo on 34 points, Ozan, Pi, Panda on 33 and Lewis today in the Mercedes on 31. Ozan, Pi and Panda on 33, Lewis 31. Spillage on 26 points is also very, very close. Aaron and Street are on 21 and 19, so very close to each other. Stooge on 13 points, Barbarian on 9, Foskett on 5, Kleppy on 3. The rest of the field has no points. Constructor standings, Alfa Romeo on 177 points compared to McLaren's 154. So my maths must have been wrong, because it's not done yet. McLaren 23 points behind Alfa Romeo. So Alfa still have work to do. Just feel like they have a bit many points, but maybe they took almost 4 points. Dan doing a 26.5, Zach doing 27.0, Ozan 27.0 as well, Jonesy 26.7. Very interesting. Pi coming over the line now and has aborted Servo. Some invalidation, so that's why Servo 1:26.737. And the Haas of Panda is on an outlap, so David Barry is the next one. David Barry 1:27 flat exactly. Very impressive to get that from David Barry. And now Sharpie comes towards the line. And does a 26.746. So yeah, it's very close with 3 drivers on a 26.7. You see Panda coming towards the second sector split through the flat right-hander. And Panda crosses the line 27.2, and that is everyone done for lap 1. Can't see anyone pushing for a second lap. Yes, Panda has had a spin. So now we're gonna have a bit of a cool down moment, and then we're gonna have Zach is first out for that second round. I'm expecting Dan to get down to about a 26-3, 26-2 maybe, and Servo maybe 26-4, 26-5. I'm expecting at least a 26-4 from Dan. Otherwise, I'm faster than all of you guys, which to me would be very nice. Panda has actually gone for another lap. Which I find interesting, because Panda won't have time then to do another lap. I will stay on board with Panda. 10th down. Still dropping back, so maybe made a big mistake somewhere around here. But if I were Panda, I would abort, go into the pits, set on a fresh set of tires, if they have. But doesn't improve, and yeah, that will basically be it. Zach also behind, so maybe the track evolution just isn't there. As we see these guys coming out more and more, but yeah, Zach far behind. Now Pi then. Pi obviously haven't set a time, so don't have anything to go off after invalidating the first lap. So Pi coming over the line, 26.6. Very good lap. And won't have time to set a fresh set of tires, but does have time for a cooldown lap, and to go again. Let's happen that. Jonesy is not the first one ahead. Sharpie is not. I think David Berry is the first one. That's not going to be so. Yeah, David Berry is the first one. Coming towards the split now. Only just improving. Needs to find about 310s, and I don't think David Berry has that in that final sector. David Berry does find 810, but it's not enough for a movement. But yeah, the track isn't improving as much as people were thinking. Sharpie goes P2. Very, very nice. 26.5. Ozan must have had a big mistake. Probably going again. Servo. And Dan. Coming up. Dan isn't going for it, so we'll go on board with a Servo. Servo 26-3, but I think Dan is gonna go for it now. So we will hop on board with Dan without any HUD. So maybe this footage can be used for something, I don't know. But we see Dan coming through to the end of the first sector now, beginning the technical sector 2, which is very, very spicy indeed. A lot of curves that can throw you off, down into the very technical turns 9 and then 10, which is very easy to lock up. And Dan doesn't. They're now coming through the S and bend. Now coming onto the straight. Oh, as we see an Alpine having a bit of a spin. I'm so sorry that I called that. But Dan coming out to the start finishing straight. Goes fastest with a 26-2. No, actually Jonesy has stolen that. It's Jonesy who has gone fastest. Dan just behind 39 hundredths. And I was right with the 26-2. That I didn't expect. Jonesy, very, very good lap. Sorry I didn't follow it. But I did honestly think Dan was gonna get it. So, yeah. Very, very cool indeed. Jonesy on pole position ahead of Dan, Servo, Barry, Sharpie, Pie and Zach in the Red Bull 6 and 7, Ozan, Spillage and Panda. I will be right back for the start of the race. Nej, ja men det borde max ta typ en timme. So, don't, if you heard that was me talking Swedish with the rest of my family. Now we hope Owen Wilson has gone in as well, because Owen had the same thing as me. Yeah, Owen is Owen, last DNF challenge. Here we go. I believe in you, Owen. And Lewis in chat, let's go Jonesy. Yeah, very much let's go Jonesy. But here we are then, we're getting ready. The lights are coming on now. We have the 3, 4, 5 red lights. The lights are out and away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We have drivers moving up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster. We are gonna go back a bit, and someone is having a bit of a moment. Looks to be Uzuri and also Stooge, I think that was. Oh, and Stooge hits the back of someone, and Owen Wilson has. Oh, and that's a panda in the wall. So we have 2 cars, and there's a virtual safety, and there's a full course safety car, of course, lap 1. A Stooge without a front wing, Panda without a front wing. We have the Aston Martins are safe. So, let's get this one up. Jones, Zidane and Servo keeps... Oh, and Kleppy! How have you done that? Under safety car has crashed into what looks to be Arjan. Arjan and Kleppy had a coming together under safety car. Arjan obviously on the mediums. Don't want to pick now to get rid of that. Actually could. Adrian, if you're listening, I'd say box for new mediums to get rid of that 5-second penalty. Adrian does not box, so if you're listening to stream. But so the movements are Jones, Dan and Servo are P1, 2 and 3. Sharpie has gone up 1 position, and Sack has gone up 1 position, 2 positions, sorry. David Barry falling down 2 places from P4 to P6, and Pi also falling down from P6 to 7. Spillage going up 1 position, and Lewis the Beaker, my good friend, up 6 positions from lap 15 to from P15 to P9. Foskett and Arian up 2 places. Arian obviously with that 5-second time penalty, which is very annoying for him. Owen Wilson 8 positions, lost to 12. See, Owen, you got this. Street in the Alfa Romeo needs to get up there. Currently P13, up 6 places, so very good job from Street so far. In the fight to help Dan and Servo as they are doing something. Uzuri doing very well in P16. As a move, Ozan 9 positions down. Stooge has stayed. Panda has fallen 9 positions after spinning and hitting the front wing. Stooge also hit the front wing, but I'm not sure who they hit it on. The safety car is going to stay out 1 more lap, so we'll go racing on lap 4. Which is a bit of a shame. Should we look at the tires? The tires are interesting. The top 8 are on softs. We have Lewis the Beaker on mediums. We have Arian in P9 on mediums. Foskett, Owen and Street are also on mediums in P9 to 12. Ironcon has started on hards. Either wants to do soft hard or medium hard, or rather hard medium or hard soft. I would guess hard soft. Barbarian doing mediums. There's another pretty early safety car, as we have a bit of carnage here. We have another early-ish safety car. You can go for hards and go to the end. Usuri on the softs wants to be as quick as possible. Is very open to a one stop if depending on when the safety car comes out. Again, if it comes out, Ozen, Stooge, Panda and Pi has all pitted, and everyone bar Stooge is on mediums. Stooge is on the soft tires, wanting to get up as far as possible. We are getting ready for start number 2. The safety car is in this lap. Jonesy is in control. So just waiting and waiting. When does Jonesy decide to go? Does Jonesy go directly after the final turn? No, wants to wait a bit more. Don't want to give Dan too much of an opportunity down this straight. And oh, didn't catch them lacking. Dan staying. Oh, and that's a 3 wide sack, getting a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corner there. Got it for multiple warnings though. So and here we see the car's moving. Oh, and we see Lewis side by side with David. Can't get by. Just doesn't have that final. Ooh, but guys are down the inside and has to move down just that bit later. A very nice looking helmet as well from Lewis to Baker, as I know you love to be called. Arjan has a 3-second time penalty, going from bad to worse, as we see Ozen getting up. As we're looking at the cluster back here, we see side by side from multiple drivers. Pi, oh, getting squished off a bit. Pi finally getting by the Alpine, or actually no, the Alpine getting the slipstream. So we see Jonesy getting the fastest lap. We see Dan just not being close enough. So we go down to Street, getting up into P11 now. Very good job from Street, getting up so far. Now Stooge and Foskett, as we have a spinner, and that's Panda again. Panda not having a great race. Lewis can't get the move done into the oops, doesn't happen. What is it, like turn 6, 7, 8? Needs to 8. Now he's having a look at Zach, eyeing him up, trying alternative lines, but just can't quite get it. A little look. Zach does give the space. And Dan gets the fastest lap, and I'm sorry, but I gotta pick the fight for first. Dan will get the DRS into this second straight. Is that gonna be enough? Dan is up into first place, and that's a Ferrari going very, very wide. Owen Wilson. Whilst we see Dan getting into first place, Owen Wilson. That's a cool camera. Not useful in the slightest, but yeah. Owen looked like no. Oh, and that's Stooge. Stooge around and dropping like a stone. David Berry down into 7th now, looking to get back up into 6th. Getting by Zach. Zach has dropped out of the DRS of Lewis the Beaker. Lewis doing very well on those mediums. And Dan picking up the fastest lap of the race, as we will look at this battle for P2. Servo going through up into P2, and Jonesy not being able to close up, and Arjan another 3-second time penalty. And in all this, Zach and David Berry is fighting. That has also invited Spillage to get very, very close. Oh, and that's Zach around. Zach is around. Didn't quite work out, and that's Spillage up 7th. David Berry up to 6th. Mercedes doing very well today. Very good to see. Pie chasing Foskett as the teammate of Zach behind. Pie gets by up into P10, the final point playing position. Can Pie do anything to help Zach get up into P11? Also has a look, but we will go on with Jonesy, who is still hunting Servo, who has the fastest lap of the race now. And closing in on Dan. Dives on the inside, Dan with the switchback. Oh, and Servo gives space. Dan takes the position back. Doesn't have DRS though, neither of them do. It's across the line at the same time, so neither Dan nor Servo got DRS, and that helped Jonesy get by. Very, very good fight here from the top 4, and I am very sorry, but I'm gonna miss some great battles in the midfield when the top 4 is all in the DRS train. You look at Ozan fighting Iron Cone for P12. Just whilst we're waiting for them to get to the straight. So Ozan now chooses outside, and that's Lewis in the mud, and that's a safety car. Who was ahead? Oh, this is interesting. Where is it? It's a very strange position to lose the car. Very, very interesting. I don't know how you did that. Ozan, I think, was behind them. So this has opened the Pandora's box. I'm gonna take a guess that Lewis hit a curb because I hate my life, I hate this track, I hate this game, I hate the curbs. Paints the picture pretty well. And this is now interesting. With the safety car coming out on lap 9, it's obviously 21 laps to go. Dan and Sharpie has gone in for softs. Jonesy and Cerebral can go to the end with medium tires. And yeah, my guess is correct. To further elaborate on that guess, I am gonna guess that you hit the curb through that quick right-hander, and which is something you don't want to do. Yeah, obviously very annoying to happen. We're coming up to the curve, I think. You hit very soon here with Street, who has gone to the lead of this Grand Prix, starting on mediums. Obviously stuck on the mediums, can't really pit right now. Yeah, going up the hill with the right-handed, slightly tagged the curve. Yeah, so pretty much what I assumed happened. So easily done, and unfortunately you can't hit that curve on this game. Last game you would have been fine because you could ride that curve pretty damn hard. But this game, not so much. So yeah, very interesting now. Jonesy and Servo, David, Arjan, Ironcom Stooge, Owen, they can go to the end. Foskett can go to the end as well, but Foskett wasn't hard. Arjan is in the medium. Everyone else that I mentioned is in mediums. They can go to the end. The tires aren't gonna be great, but we'll go racing with 19 laps to go. You can easily take the tires 19 laps. Without getting a puncture. But you will have to sacrifice some speed at the end. Drivers like Dan and Sharpie and Zuri, all on the soft tires, they will be lightning quick compared to the others right now, but will drop back when pitting for mediums later. If there is another safety car, they have done a very good thing, because they you can go to another pit stop without losing too much time, but at the same time drivers like Jones and Zedwell and the other guys can go onto softs with another safety car, so they might be hoping for a safety car in around 4 laps, 5 laps again, to be able to set a set of mediums, not lose too much time, and get the other guys stuck. And Pi is already side by side with Street not nailing the restart. Barbarian is also very close to Dan. And Jonesy gets ahead, and Pi is in the lead of the race. But Dan, obviously on the soft tires, going to be very quick. I don't think Street is going to put up too much of a fight here. Actually. There we go. And Street letting Dan go. Very good team play there. Oh, and we see Jonesy Just getting hit of Street as well. Street can't quite keep the nose there. Drops down, and now Dan is going to close up the pie and probably get past. Maybe even before the lap ends, but my guess would be into turn 1 otherwise, just before turn 1. And then what Dan needs is, as we have spillage spinning, and that's not fun for spillage. But what Dan needs after is Pi holding up everyone on those used mediums now. And Dan following Pi. Had a look around the outside, I can't get it. Oh, and rides the curve, and Dan has lost Dan some time. Will Dan be close enough? It's side by side. And does get ahead of Pi. And Jones is now just on the back of Pi as well. So Dan is gonna hope that the Red Bull can hold up the Ferrari a treat to gain as much time as possible. And worst case scenario needs a pit stop, which is around 25 seconds. 25 to 30 seconds, somewhere in that range. Under normal conditions. Virtual safety car that gap and minimizes. This Dan has the fastest lap of the race at 1:30.002. Doubt that will stick though. Jones gets ahead, but Pi comes back, and now Jones' switchbacks can't quite get it done. I think Pi too close, and Jones had to back off a bit to not run into the back. I think Arjan getting up into P11. And back here, Servo and Sharpie trying to get by the Bahrain Street, who is far behind, as Owen has spun it. Owen has spun it, and that is not a safety car. Now Jonesy gets back past Pi, and that might actually be a bit of a curse, because now Pi is already going side by side, and Jonesy I think has an issue. Jonesy has a big issue. Missouri is out, and that's gonna be another safety car. And that is exactly what... Oh, Dan is just ahead of the pit lane. Jones dives in. Sharpie down. I thought they were gonna go into mediums. Dan obviously couldn't. Dan was just ahead, so Dan is gonna lose a lot of time now. Since he couldn't get out in front of the safety car as well. We see Pi, Barbarian. I don't know if Barbarian had to put on hards, but Servo, Ozen, Jonesy, Prestige, all putting on mediums. And yeah, you can easily go from mediums to the end now. And this has cursed Street a bit, because you can't quite carry the softs 15 laps. Think you can carry them somewhere near the 10 lap region if you do a bit of tire management. 14 is, it's not gonna be fun because you're gonna have to do time management the whole time and you're still risking a puncture. Dan has an interesting choice to make. Does Dan pit for mediums or do... Oh, doesn't. Dan stays out, and that is interesting. Yeah, it's a hard one because obviously Dan is gonna be put last without a doubt if we were to pit. Dan definitely has the pace to get back into the top 10. Okay, those softs are still gonna have some performance, so can maybe pull a gap, especially if Street can hold everyone up a lot here. Dan can pull quite a ways ahead, get a few free positions by using that pure pace, and come out maybe around P10 to 12 area for mediums. And Street, yeah, starting on mediums has been a bit of a curse. Obviously, if you swapped to Soft's last safety car, you would have been fine now. We could have come back in for a fresh set of mediums. But Street, with I think the best regular strategy, where there are no safety cars, medium softs I think are always a bit quicker because you're quicker at the end. But yeah, when stuff like this happens, it's annoying. Dan has gone. Street has given Dan over a second to the next car. They're just giving a gap, and I don't see Street attacking, so we will look down. Further down we see Servo getting ahead of Barbarian, and now Ozan is having a look as well. And Stooge having a look at Jonesy. Can Stooge do anything against the Ferrari, who got pulled? Oh, and the Ferrari hits Ozan. Now tries the outside and goes around Ozan. Ozan, I think, has a damage. Yeah, it lacks an end plate. Still, Stooge still in the back of Jonesy. We will look at that fight with big interest. Street still keeping Sharpie behind, and Street already 2 seconds behind. Over 2 seconds behind Dan. Now another time penalty. We will have a look at those from the end of the race. Now Owen, also with good pace. Ooh. Owen hit Ironcon, but Ironcon had a moment. People paused. Now then Sharpie. Oh, Street tries it. Tries it from the outside. Doesn't have the pace. Don't get the grip needed. Unfortunately. So Sharpie will now start to hunt Dan down. They obviously have the same tire wear. I think Dan is just a tad quicker. As you see, Servo and Foskett going side by side into turn 10. And Servo, being smart about it, gets by. The Spirit also gets by. Foskett loses 2 places down a single straight. And now Isaac on the inside of Street. Street goes wide to give the space. Oh, and Foskett crashes. Probably. Oh, and this is a 3rd safety car. And that gives Dan and Sharpie exactly what they need. They pile right into it to go onto mediums, but everyone else can go for softs. Everyone else could go for softs here. And yeah, everyone except Servo and Barbarian has gone into the pits. And now the question is, how fresh is the soft tires for everyone? Drivers near the bottom, like Stooge, should have completely fresh tires because they started on mediums, and I doubt they use all 3 sets in Q1. So they should have about 2 or 3 sets. We have a couple of drivers, Village going on mediums, Owen going for youth mediums, and Zach also going for mediums. So that's interesting. I think the softs will last. We'll go racing with 10 laps to go. We'll the safety car. Actually 10 laps, because it's on lap 20. There's 10 laps to go. Exactly. So on lap 20, there's 10 laps to go. The safety car will go in next lap because everyone will have caught up already. But the safety car needs to go 1 lap. So we'll have 10 laps. The softs, I'm pretty sure, can go that far, especially fresh ones. Which means that, yeah, they will be a bit second-hand come the end of the race, where obviously Dan and Sharpie will be still just as quick, but they will lose so much initially. And Owen and Ozen putting on those soft tires. So maybe they are listening, or maybe just realized their mistake when everyone else went on soft. But Spillage and Sack still on the mediums. Obviously fresh mediums aren't bad, but compared to fresh softs, as you say, I would rather have those soft tires on right now. Red equals boom boom fast. pretty much. Servo on the used mediums will need to have Barbarian as a roadblock. Barbarian is on the hard tires. If Barbarian gets points, I will be very, very impressed. Hard tires aren't. And yeah, the safety car is coming in this lap, so Servo is in control of the pace. It's going to be very interesting to follow someone like David Barry, who is currently P1 on softs. And you see, Servo has gone and Barbarian follows suit. Dan has closed immediately. Needs to get by as soon as possible. Street gets by Panda. Street has done very well this race. Got a bit lucky with this second safety car. They just can't get up. Side by side with Barbarian. Now through that second part of the turn, got up and decides against it, being smart. But needs to get by. Servo's already pulled almost a second. Has pulled a second. Pie going by Sack. Arjan getting back. Owen and Ozan are having a fight. Actually, that's Owen's spinning somehow. Dan needs to get by Barbarian. Needs. Just can't. Here we go. Barbarian running out of ERS usage. ERS deployment for a lap. As we see Jonesy going into the pits. And the other Ferrari, Owen, going into the pits. What has happened between the Ferraris? Has there been a collision? We will not know, but Street up into P5. Street, my driver of the day so far. Owen started last, was doing very well first stint, doing fantastically, but then just couldn't keep it up. Now David is looking at Barbarian. And probably licking his lips, knowing he is on fresh soft compared to Barbarians. Decently fresh hards. This is a mismatch. Damn, picks up the fastest lap. I think that's gonna get beaten very, very soon. But David Barry has gone up into P3, and that's 1-3. Oh, and Street! No! Street, you were doing so well. Hits the curb and has half a spin. We will now look at penalties. Sharpie has 3 seconds. Cameron Sack has 3 seconds. Iron has 12, and Owen has 3. Zach and Panda battling very, very hard. And Dan has at some point made it up in the first place. Dan is now P1. He needs to get out of the 1 second trap. As we see Ironcon and Panda. Oh, and Stooge with a big lunge. Dan has not gotten out of that. One second trap and Servo is ahead into turn 1, but now through turn 2 and 3, Dan sets up to get back past, has the DRS open, and into turn 4, has it done. Obviously fighting like this will invite David Berry even faster, so they honestly need to work together. Unfortunately Dan, as Owen sets a 27-6 lightning quick from Owen. David Berry is catching at a big rate. Already 1.5 seconds back. How is Street looking? Looking at the gearbox of Barbarian. We will now, though, look at Servo. I think the Street will get ahead of Barbarian onto the start-finish straight. Servo stays behind. Maybe wants it done on this straight, or maybe has listened to me and just wants to get carried by his by Dan, because it's working. As David Berry was 1.7 seconds behind, now catching up through this section, of course, with the fresh rubber. Servo needs is to somehow be an arm to David Berry here. Servo needs to allow David Berry to get within 1 second without losing the DRS to Dan, to be an arm to pull David Berry in and allow David Berry to catch. That would be the best way. Servo now getting close, but not close enough. Have a look here at the second part then. Servo not close enough, and that is a spinner. Arjan Jones has caught up to Panda, so we'll probably see Jonesy up into P14. Jonesy obviously had pole, did so well in qualifying. Obviously don't know what happened. I think we will see and hear about that in the URC Discord. Sharply close to Pi. as the laps are starting to count down, we have had a very good season. I'm happy to have been a part of it from this angle, although I'm not used to it. Hope it hasn't been too bad to watch this season. I missed a couple of races, I missed one ending as well through stuff. I hope I've done enough. As we see, Servo has gone ahead of Dan. Can Servo now pull a second? No. As the URC, the second point is there. Oh, Dan breaks late, gets on the curb, loses time. There's not enough. Owen retires in the pits. Didn't quite work out for Owen today with the spin, and multiple spins rather. But has done well to still get up into P16. He's doing very well at parts. Oh, and I'm so sorry. I called that on stream. I am so terribly sorry. Dan just keeps ahead of David Barry. We're out of that 1 second. But David Barry will probably get into that this lap, so Dan kinda needs to get by. Oh, and they fight. Street retires. No! Street has been my driver of the day for 27 laps, and Street ends the race. And I think that actually right now gives McLaren the constructors, if the points in the Discord is correct. It's 25, 18 to 15 is 33. Oh, actually no. It's only 8 points. And 8 points isn't enough, is it? No, not even close. They would need Dan to DNF. And 1-2 would be enough. So yeah, Dan, as long as you keep it on the black stuff, I think you can get this. Servo is having a look at Dan, and David Barry has joined the party. Maybe a bit too late. Those salts aren't gonna be as quick as they have been for the last 8 laps. And quite incredibly, Sharpie Pie and Zack has penalties, but they won't drop because Barbarian is 4 seconds. Who I'm still very impressed by. And I don't consider that's in the pits. I don't see a purpose in running to the flag. I think they might actually get a position anyways. Won't be a DNF. Spillage. Ooh, and Panda with 6 seconds. That won't do anything. Will still be P13. Oh, and a Ironcon has found its way back onto the track. But now Dan crossing the line to start the final lap. Dan keeps ahead of Servo for the first straight. Oh, and actually has a very good first 3 turns and gets far enough ahead that Servo can't do anything. You see Dan blinking, which means less than 10% ERS. Servo not much more. Looking at the wheel. Which will be music to Dan's ears. I don't think Dan watches the streams live though. No, he watches them back, so... but has pulled second to Servo. Servo's tires were 4 laps older, so they are definitely on that end life. Sharpie has actually caught up to David Barry. Unfortunately, with that 3-second time penalty, they can't do anything. But Dan coming through the final corner and the final kink, and now crossing the line to win the Bahrain Grand Prix and officially be champion. A very, very interesting race. Arjan crashes on the final lap through that flat out right-hander. Will obviously still be counted. We'll finish P12. Jones almost getting points. The amount of people DNFing, but ends up just outside. Dan is champion. Alfa Romeo is now definitely officially champions. McLaren did put up a valiant effort, did very, very well. Wow. And Street, I am so sad. I really wanted you to get up into that podium position from that last place. I would have been thoroughly impressed. But Dan, valiant, no, not valiant, a very good effort from Dan. Sees Dan finishing 1 second ahead of Servo. Dan is the champion. And we see here classified. Street also gets classified in P15. I'm so sorry. And that you couldn't. You were doing so well, Street. My driver of the day, Barbarian, going up 7 places is very good. Dan coming through to win, very good. Stooge with a point for Alpine. I have to give it to Stooge. Stooge getting a point. Yes, there's a lot of DNFs, but Stooge has done very well. A very big shout out to Barbarian though. You'll get a vote from me as well. I'll vote for both of you. But yeah, I can't say anything. Very, very good race from everyone. It's been a great season. I will definitely be looking forward to next season, which I will be commentating as well. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. But yeah, GG everyone. Enjoy your nights and